Moving on with driver availabilities, we are now joined by Timothy Peters, driver of the number 17 Red Horse Racing Toyota in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Timothy, you're coming off a win at Talladega, back at your home track here in Martinsville. Talk about being back in Virginia and expectations for tomorrow's Kroger 200.
It's always a smile on my face when I come through the pedestrian tunnel this morning or any time to be able to come here and race. After winning last week, just giving us the extra momentum and confidence coming into here. Kind of looking for redemption this weekend. Our Kroger 250 in the spring didn't go as well as what we had liked. We didn't get the finish that we wanted. So really it goes back to starting at Chicago to now with our finishes and the momentum and getting the win. I'm really looking forward to getting on the racetrack this afternoon and seeing what our autosbynelson.com Red Horse Tundra has in speed, and hopefully we can go back to back.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up to questions. Please state your name and affiliation, and we'll start over here with Barry.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Barry.
Looking back to last week at Talladega and, of course, coming here to Martinsville in the Cup Series, they contrast and compare this being the wild card as well as Talladega. But for you guys, is it as much a wild card with the format being different in the championship push?
I think so. I still feel like that you can have a really good day and it comes down to it. Something may happen, not of your doings, and you get involved with it, and it kind of takes the result that you feel like you could have gotten away from you. We're 50 laps shorter, so probably the first lap everybody might be nice, and then the rest of the race is just very aggressive. But that's what you expect when you come to a great short track like Martinsville.
All right, we'll go all the way to the back to Chris Knight and then to Steve Post.
Chris Knight, catchfence.com. Timothy, last 4 races, an average finish of 2.5, including jumping from 7th to 5th in points. Can you talk about your late team's rally?
That's a cool accomplishment, and I saw your tweet that you put out, and I'm proud of that. Thanks for sharing that. It just goes to show what our team is about. A lot of the guys on the team this year are new, and we've had everything there. It's just we hadn't hit it yet. And then Pocono kind of turned the corner this year, but Chicago really turned the corner, and from there to present, it's just unbelievable. The guys do a great job. Triad horsepower has been great. We just hope we can keep this fire rolling. It's so cool when you can show up to the racetrack and you race in the top 5, and there in the closing laps you have a shot to win and then actually win and go to victory lane. Winning fixes a lot of things, and momentum and confidence is key, especially coming in here for the weekend.
All right, we'll go to Steve and then up front.
Yeah, Steve Post, Motor Racing Network. Timothy, I chatted with you a little bit at the late model race and asked about the safer barrier, and you really hadn't noticed anything. As that race went on, did you notice any difference with the added safer barrier? Or I think Joey said certain driving styles won't notice it, other driving styles will. Did you notice anything in that late model race about the more safer barrier out there?
I really didn't notice it, to be honest with you. Actually, Brooks, that works here, actually showed me the safer barrier and said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, if you hadn't have showed me, I wouldn't have noticed." But the late model in the truck's a little bit different. Less horsepower and stuff. You don't use much of the racetrack. So when I get in my truck this afternoon, I'll be able to tell a little bit more with our Tundra. But as far as the late model, I didn't even notice it. I tested it out, but I didn't notice it.
All right, we'll come up front. Right behind you is the mic. Here you go.
Charles Work Star News. Obviously, the local angle here. I know Autos by Nelson is on the back of the truck today, and that's kind of unusual, the fact you're getting that local sponsorship along with the other stuff too.
Yeah, Barry Nelson and everybody at autosbynelson.com and Nelson Toyota has been extremely good to me professionally in the truck series, and when we're not racing in the truck, you know, we have a little late model stock car team that we go and race, and we've had a lot of success with. So you can't discount any of the local sponsorship, whether it come from Barry and all of his folks at autosbynelson.com or the previous local people that have helped me in the past. So, you know, they require just much love as a corporate sponsor, and they do just as much. So I appreciate everything that they have done to get me to where I'm at, and continued support. So, you know, I guess for Barry, you definitely know where thousands of cars cost less, and it's right here in Martinsville.
All right, we'll come over here to the left.
Valerie Bragg from ABC 13 in Danville. Obviously, this track is a lot different than Talladega, but do you think, you know, the success can carry over to your hometown track here? And then another question, what strategy racing approach has worked best for you here in Martinsville?
You know, I think coming in here with the success that I've had and the laps that I have around here in a NASCAR Camping World truck and my late model stock car will definitely help me today for both practices and qualifying in the race tomorrow. You know, I got my first win here in '09, but I was the last one not to win the clock. So I really want that clock. You know, it's very special to go to victory lane here, and that clock is very special, period, to have in your house to say that you're a winner at Martinsville. You know, the way that I approach this race is the same way as I did Talladega last week, of patience. You know, you can get other competitors ruffled, and the competitors can get you ruffled, but the first one that breaks, you know, your opponent wins. So as long as you stay patient and try not to do anything to put your equipment in jeopardy, you'll have a great finish.
Any additional questions for Timothy? All right, Timothy, thanks for joining us, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.